Here is my story on how I broke my jaw. I woke up to a broken jaw on May 18th after a night out drinking with a male coworker. Open gash on my chin so deep that you could see my bone. When I looked in the mirror, this is what I saw looking back at me. I finally noticed that my room looks like a murder scene. Like, my room literally looks like someone was murdered in it. There was so much blood. I end up texting my coworker and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, I know you said I fell, but what the fuck happened? Like, what happened?
This story is so enraging and disturbing, but the journey here is so maddening. You just want to go hurt somebody listening to her tell this story. But it starts off with the woman um just telling her story about how she had got injured, and she gives the details of what happened or what she can remember because she was incapacitated. So yeah, this is trigger warning for sure.
Here is my story on how I broke my jaw. I woke up to a broken jaw on May 18th after a night out drinking with a male coworker. Open gash on my chin so deep that you could see my bone. My jaw was broken this way and completely detached right here. My teeth had almost completely bitten through my lip, my bottom ones biting through the inside. I have a huge amount of scar tissue right here. There's stitches all in here, all down here, and then my front top teeth bit through. I don't know if you can see the scar tissue. My front tooth completely came out, root and all, and then I chipped my other front tooth, and there is a molar that is chipped on the inside. That was all of my injuries though. I didn't break any other bones, didn't crack my fingers, I had nails on, didn't lose a nail, just a lot of bruising. On Saturday night, May 17th, me and my coworker decided to go out for drinks after work. Yes, he was a male. Yes, it was our first time hanging out. Yes, that was my first mistake. We decided to go to a bar that my friend was working at. When we arrived to the bar, it was completely empty. There was like no one there and my friend was leaving. So the three of us left together in one car to go to a new club. The line was really long. My friend didn't want to wait, so she left me and my coworker there, which I never, ever, ever blamed her for or was mad at her for or felt any type of way towards. Me and my coworker finally make our way inside the club after waiting like 25 minutes, and we immediately head to the bar. He orders us 2 shots each and a tequila soda, and that is literally the only thing I remember from that entire night. I will say that we were drinking in the car before we got to the bar, so I did not get there stone cold sober. I have never in my life ever blacked out before. I always know my limits when I'm drinking, and I don't do any sort of drugs or anything else like that. I'm literally 90% of the time a sober sister. So this was so unlike me. Everything that happened this night, I feel like was so out of character for everyone that was involved. Everyone was acting so weird. I can't even explain it. And I'll go into that deeper in a different video because I'm just trying to keep this as a story time. It's such a long story. This was my first time ever blacking out, and it was also my first time ever going out alone with a man.
Damn. Okay. Oh man. So you could kind of already see like the setup here. You know, she's with this strange man. She goes out. Um, my guess, like anybody's, you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys are already thinking, oh, he drugged her, whatever, whatever, whatever. That's my guess. So that right off the bat, you just get really upset because you're like, what the, you know what I mean? Like, and then she's talking the way she's talking about it, she's just like calm and, and collected. And you're just like, damn, like she's not tripping. You know what I mean? But it's still just very upsetting to listen to it because it's like you can see there are some red flags there. I don't know if this man did do that to her or not. I'm just saying there are red flags there for sure, for sure. But she did say that she pre-gamed before she got to the first bar. How much she pre-gamed, I don't know. You know what I mean? Um, and those other drinks didn't seem like enough unless she was already like sloshed to lead put somebody in the blackout mode, right? 2 shots or yeah, was it 2 shots in a drink? I don't know how many hours You know what I mean? But I'm guessing it was within, I don't know, probably 3 to 4 hours, even for her weight and all that. I don't think that that's too much, and I don't know what she drank beforehand. You know what I'm saying? But still, to black out after that is kind of wild. Definitely kind of wild.
Here's my story on how I broke my jaw. Part 2. This was my first time ever blacking out, and it was also my first time ever going out alone with a man. I don't remember anything else from that night. I wake up in the morning on May 18th to a text from my coworker saying that I had taken a fall down the stairs and I peed myself, and he did his best to clean me up. He got me in bed and to call him in the morning. I was not in.
What does he mean clean her up? Did he take off her clothes? And you know what I'm saying? Like, is that what he meant by that? It's weird. Right? That's weird.
I was not in any pain when I woke up. There was nothing that immediately flagged me that, like, oh my god, I'm in pain, I'm in danger, something happened. I literally read the text, I responded, LMAO, I'm so sorry. Because I was so embarrassed that I, 1, got too drunk, 2, fell, 3, peed myself. After I sent that text, I went back to sleep. I finally get up around 8 a.m. on May 18th, Sunday morning, and I make my way to the bathrooms and brush my teeth like I do every single morning. When I looked in the mirror, this is what I saw looking back at me.
Oh.
I didn't even know. I don't even remember, like, my first initial thought. I don't process things very well. So guess what the first thing I did was? I proceeded to brush my teeth. Literally jaw hanging off, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm texting my best friend, and I'm like, I'm so calm about the entire thing, which is bizarre. And I'm like, oh my god, my teeth are gone. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm just texting her, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, my teeth are literally gone. She's like, send me a picture. I send her a picture. She immediately starts freaking out because she's not one to stay calm. She starts freaking out, as she should, honestly. And I go downstairs, and I finally notice that my room looks like a murder scene. Like, my room literally looks like someone was murdered in it. There was so much blood all over my carpet. My carpet's white. All over my bed. Like, literally, the whole thing was covered in blood. Smeared on the wall down the stairs. There was blood on the floor. There was blood everywhere. I wish I took pictures. I didn't take pictures of anything. I was so ill-prepared. I end up texting my coworker, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, I know you said I fell, but what the fuck happened? Like, what happened? He obviously doesn't answer because he's still sleeping. Whatever I was wearing, I woke up in a bathrobe. I woke up with my hair in a bun, all my jewelry was off, my makeup was off, my contacts were out. I don't know if I was so blacked out that I didn't feel the pain of my jaw and I continued to get unready for bed, or if no, because he said that he undressed me. I think the scariest part is not knowing.
That's weird. Even if he didn't do anything, he did something. He did that. Like, he didn't need to do that. You could have just left her in her pissy clothes. She already peed in them. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't. The changing out of the clothes and taking off the makeup and taking out, like, and that's the thing though. He obviously didn't take her contacts out, right? He couldn't have done that. She took her own contacts out. So she probably put her hair in a bun. She did some of the stuff, maybe just out of like muscle memory. But him getting her undressed, crazy. That's crazy. Like, that's assault in and of itself. I'm pretty sure it is. Regardless, I mean, unless he was saving her life, I'm pretty sure that's assault, if I'm not mistaken, right?
To get unready for bed, or if no, because he said that he undressed me. I think the scariest part is not knowing what happened to me when he brought me home. And we have Ring camera footage of him getting me in the house, and I am so annihilated, I am so obliterated, I can't even walk. It's insane to see myself like that because I've never been like that. But I had to be somewhat still conscious because I had to tell him where I lived, give him the keys to get in the house. We got back to the house around 2:45, and then he walked back out to his car at 2:53. So 8 minutes after we got in my house, he walked back to his car at 8:53, grabbed something, and then came back in, and he didn't leave again until almost 4 a.m. where he's walking out with his bloody t-shirt, and then he leaves. The scariest part is that he refuses to tell anyone what happened that night. I texted him a million times. He kept saying, I took a fall. I think what baffles me the most is like, you see, I took a fall. I'm completely annihilated. I don't even probably know what's going on. He saw that my tooth was missing. He knows I'm bleeding a lot. His t-shirt was covered in blood if he was trying to clean me up. You left me there. He left me there bleeding in my bed. I woke up to so much blood. I also was drinking, so my blood was thinner. I could have bled out that night. The human decency. You could have just slept on my day bed. I have a second bed in my room. You could have slept and stayed with me for the night. You could have taken me to the hospital. You could have called the ambulance. Or you could have seen if anyone else was home. I live with other people and he knew that. The fact that he just cleaned me up and put me to bed is ridiculous. It's crazy. I could have died. I literally could have died that night and no one would have known what would happen. No one would have known a single thing that would have happened to me.
It's suspicious. Let's call it what it is. It's suspicious that he did all of that. It's not like only ridiculous. It's not only like utterly irresponsible. It's also suspicious. And I think most importantly at this point, suspicious is the word I want to use.
But for the first 2 or 3 days, that didn't click in my head. I didn't view him as a villain. I didn't view anyone as a villain. In my head, I got too drunk. I fell down the stairs. I was embarrassed that I drank too much. I was embarrassed that I fell. I was embarrassed that now my jaw was broken, and I was embarrassed that I pissed myself. And I didn't want to tell anyone. I almost didn't even tell my mother about it. I ended up calling my boyfriend, and he picks me up and immediately takes me to the hospital.
Oh my God, I can't wait for part 3. Oh. Okay. So they have ring camera footage. There's a lapse of time of over an hour. 2:50. He leaves at 4. It's like, also her peeing on herself is indicative of her being drugged, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's like a known side effect of being drugged, is that you pee. It's also a side effect of being being drunk. Don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it's also a side effect of like date, like the date grape drug or whatever. But there's so much suspicious activity going on in this story. The guy him not cooperating. Oh, also it sounds like it took her days to go to the authorities because she went to the police. She went to the hospital 2 days later. She said her boyfriend picked her up. She said for 2 days, I didn't view him as the villain. So I don't know when the hospital trip happened. I'm guessing it happened like that. It could have happened that day. But she didn't view him as a villain until 2 days later. So why would she go get a rape kit done? You know what I mean? Like if she didn't view him as a villain, she didn't think he had done anything. She just, at this point, she's still thinking that, she just fucked up. She just made a mistake. But 2 things could be true at the same time. I just want to put that out there. She could have very well fallen. She could have very well fallen, busted her shit. He could have very well took her home and got her in the bed. He already SA'd her. He already did because he took off her clothes against her will. Right? He already SA'd her. Oh, he admitted to SAing her. That's what I'm saying. He already did. That's already on record. He already SA'd her. But did he do something more is now the question. And again, 2 things could be true at the same time. She could have failed. It could have not been any date rape drug stuff. It could have just been she got too drunk and he could have just saw an opportunity. And I use that word loosely in this instance, but he could have just saw an opportunity to take advantage of her, like a lot of men do. Like I just got done doing a story on Ben McLemore, the basketball player that used to play for the Sacramento Kings, and how he just got convicted of raping a girl back in 2021. She was like 2021. So she was like 21 at the time. He's damn near 30. And she was drunk. She was blacked out drunk. She blacked out on the couch. And bro took advantage of her. Did he go into that night thinking I'm going to rape a woman? Probably not. It probably wasn't premeditated, you know what I mean, in that sense. But as soon as he saw that she was that intoxicated, that's when he was like, okay, I just gotta wait till everybody goes to sleep. I just gotta wait till nobody's around. And that's what he did, I think. And then he took advantage of her. And I think that sounds to me like the most plausible explanation for this situation. Maybe he didn't go into that night with like some, grand scheme of doing, you know what I mean? Like maybe not. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him, but he definitely could have just been on some like, nobody's looking, rip her shirt. You know what I mean? Like whatever. Could have fondled her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe he didn't sleep with her. Maybe he fondled her. Maybe he, I don't know. I don't know what he did. I have no idea what he did. But even if he didn't do the worst things, he did enough bad shit to be labeled a villain. He did enough bad things to be labeled a villain, and not do enough things to be labeled a villain. Like what she said, not staying with her, not making like if somebody falls and has like a head injury because the jaw is a part of the head. If somebody falls, has a head injury, and is drunk and bleeding, why would you just put him in the bed and not tell somebody to, hey, I'm dipping, I gotta go home, but can you watch her? Because you know what I'm saying? Why would you not do that? I remember many a times me getting my bell rung, like playing football and stuff like that, and like my mom being like, you can't not take a nap. You can't, you know what I mean? Like shit, like I'm gonna watch you for the next 4 hours. We're gonna make sure that like you're alert and and I'm like, all right, I'm at home and shit. I'm fucking, I want to take a nap. She's like, no, you got to stay awake. Hell no. Then it'll be time for bed, and she'd still come in and check on me. But you good? Look at my eyes. All right, you can go to sleep now. This fool was just like, oh well, I'm out. Like I'm just gonna leave her here, drunk, bleeding, head injury. Very scary, very scary, very scary. And me having a friend that passed away due to alcohol consumption, by way of he vomited in his sleep and choked on his own vomit. So that's another like fear that has been unlocked inside of me, even though I don't even drink anymore. That could happen too, because she was that drunk. See what I'm saying? So yeah, he's definitely a bad guy. He is definitely a bad guy. Definitely. How bad, we don't know. And I will definitely do a follow-up once she drops more videos, because that like those 2 videos got dropped over the span of 2 days. And so I'm guessing she's gonna drop another one soon. So I definitely will spend a block on that because I got to get to the bottom of this. I definitely got to hear a lot more details because what the fuck? This is nuts.